What's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on an updated brow routine. You guys have been begging me to do this, so here it is. It is a very short, simple, quick video. And I chose to do this one today just because it's like rainy and so gross outside today. You gotta love living in the Sunshine State. I live in Cape Coral, Florida, and weather here is so unpredictable. One minute it's beautiful and shiny and you could be laying outside in the sun, and the next minute it's like, and that is kind of how today is. Like this morning I woke up and it was beautiful outside. I had my son outside all morning playing with him, and then of course right before I wanted to sit down and film, the nasty weather kicked in. It is still raining. It is still so gross, so I figured why not do like a short fun video today just to get it out of the way. So anyways, yes, this is an updated brow routine. Now, I'm sure that you guys see each of my eyes are a little bit different, just because on my left eye, I did my like everyday brow routine. And then on my right eye, I did my like amped up nighttime going out brows. I couldn't decide which one to give you guys. I'm assuming most of you wanted the, you know, the every single day brow routine. But I did do the amped up eyebrow just so some of you can see how I do that. I know on camera they do not look much different, but they are in person. This one, it has a little bit more of an arch. I draw it up a little bit higher and I do the tail a little bit darker. On this side, they basically, as far as the shades, they look the same. I just kind of feel like my going out eyebrow, I spent a little bit more time doing. Now today I did on both eyes take a concealer and kind of like tight line underneath my eyebrow. Normally I do not do that. However, I have a couple things to do today after I filmed, so I did kind of do my best to even them up at the end of the video. However, the technique is how I do them every single time I do them, whether it's going out for the night or during the day. 90% of the time, this is like my go-to brow right here. Again, you do not have to use all the same shades that I use, you know, different skin tones and different hair colors. You're going to use different shades. However, like I said, I basically filmed this so you guys can see the technique that I use. I've had so many requests for it. So that is what I did for you guys today. If you have any more questions or comments, please list them below. And if you don't already, please follow. I have an Instagram and a Facebook. I do have a Twitter account, so you can also, you know, find me on there and ask me questions on there and even request videos on there. So I think that is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoy this and, you know, you can kind of take my technique and make it yours. I hope it works for you. And yeah, if you decide to do your brows the way that I do mine, please tag me in them. And that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Hey guys! Okay, so for the first brow that I'm going to be doing, we are going to do my everyday brow routine. This is what I do when I want to get my brows on and done very quickly. So the first thing that I do is brush all those little brow hairs into place with any brow brush that you have, and then with an angled eyeliner brush, this is a 266 brush by MAC, I use the eyeshadow charcoal brown, and I basically start to carve out that eyebrow. So I do start at the very front part of my eyebrow, and I bring that brush all the way down. You know, I kind of make that under arch area, and then I kind of start to carve out that tail of my brow. Then with whatever is left on my brush, I do not add any additional product to that brush whatsoever. I start to carve out the arch, so the top part of my eyebrow. After I have that started, I pick up the shade Cork. This is another shadow by MAC, and I use that same brush, and I kind of start to fill in all the blanks. So basically what I'll do is I'll finish off doing the top part of my arch, and I will fill this in just to give myself a really pretty guide. Once I'm done with my brow, I will go back in and darken that tail up with my charcoal brown. However, for right now, I just kind of finish that arch, and then I start the front part of my brow. And then once most of that product is off of my brush, I do the very, very front hairs of my eyebrow. As you can see, you kind of want your eyebrows to be almost an ombre effect. You want them to be very, very light and natural in the front part of your eye, and then just get darker towards the tail of your eyebrow. This is where I'm going back in and I am making the tail of my brow a little bit darker, and I'm using a smaller brush just to help me, keep that precision. And this is just that same shadow that we used to begin with. It's the charcoal brown. And then after I do that, I take this brow gel. I can't even remember the name of it right now. It is by MAC. I will list it below. And I apply this mainly to the front part of my eyebrow, just because, like I said, you want the front part of it to be a little bit lighter. Also, this is where most of my eyebrow hair is. Like I have said, when I had that horrible accident, the girl waxed my brows off from my arch over, so I really don't have a tail right now. However, it is starting to grow back. So for the second eyebrow, I am going to be doing like my amped up nighttime eyebrow look. So to do this, again, I am just brushing all those hairs that I do have left into place, and then I am taking the eyebrow pencil by MAC in the color Stud, and I am basically doing everything that I did to the first eye. So with this color, I'm going to start at the very front part of my eyebrow and make sure I stay very light-handed, and then once I reach the center part of my eyebrow and back towards that tail, I do get a little bit more heavy-handed, and I make sure that the tail of my eyebrow is just a little bit darker. After that, I am now picking up my charcoal brown again, and I am basically going to go over top of this stud. What this is going to do is kind of set that eyebrow pencil, and then it is going to help give you more of that precision. Just because you're using an angled brush, it's going to help you control keeping the tail of that brow, thin and natural looking. A lot of times when somebody draws their brows on with just the pencil and not like an angled brush, the tail of your brow is just as thick as the front part, and the idea is you want that tail of your brow to be thinner than the front part of your eyebrow. So after that, I do go in and I dip my pencil just a little bit more into that eyeshadow because, like I said, my nighttime eyebrows are a little bit darker and more intense, so I go over that a couple times with that shadow again. Now for the front part of my brow, I am using the shade Fling. This is a very, very blonde eyebrow pencil. This is another one from MAC, and I am using that to fill in the entire front part of my eyebrow. As you can see there, I keep it pretty light, but I do go over it a couple times, and with this, you just kind of want to go in like short motions. You don't want to draw complete lines, so you keep the eyebrow pretty as natural looking as you can. Next, I am going in with the Studio Fix Concealer by MAC and that same 266 angled brush. However, you want to make sure this brush is very clean, or you have a different brush to do this with. Otherwise, it's just going to be a hot mess. So I do go in at the end here and do my daytime eyebrow with this as well. However, normally I do not. But like I said, after this video today, I had a couple things to do, so I wanted to make sure they were even as possible. However, when I do my nighttime eyebrows, I do use this concealer every single time. So basically what I do is I underline right underneath that eyebrow as close as I can possibly get. And then after that, I kind of just, I flip my brush and make sure it's blended down really, really pretty. You don't want to worry too much about getting this color too far down because you are going to go in at the end and kind of buff everything out. However, you don't want to put this so far down that it is a cream. So you do want to be careful because you will, it'll get chunky and gross if you try to buff too much over top of that cream. Now this is where I go in and I am underlining my daytime eyebrow. Like I said, I do not normally do this for my everyday brows. However, today I wanted them to look just that much more even. So as you can see, you just want to buff that cream down as softly and as light-handedly as you can. After that, I'm going in and I'm doing my brow bone highlight. I am just using the shade Shroom by MAC on this blending brush here. I can't even remember the number of this. I will list it below. And then after that, I go in with my crease brush. I didn't apply any additional product to this brush. It was basically whatever was left on that brush from when I did my makeup prior to doing this video, and I buff everything out. After that, I set everything, and you are finished. I hope this technique was very easy for you guys to understand and you can get the hang of it and you enjoy doing your brows this way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.